We know that the Russians are legendarily incompetent, but from time to time, they still manage to deliver another surprise. Since the beginning of 2025, Russian aircraft have accidentally dropped at least 127 bombs on Russian territory and on temporarily occupied areas of Ukraine, reported the outlet Astra. In addition, according to the Telegram channel, the Russians have also dropped at least 3 more missiles. The latest incident of an unintentional release of an FAB-500 bomb occurred on October 19th in the village of Krasnaya Polyana, Shebekinsky district, Belgorod region. The Russian bomb did not explode, and there were no casualties as a result of its fall. According to Astra's sources, since the beginning of this year, Russian aircraft have dropped at least 120 high-explosive bombs and 7 universal inter-service gliding munitions. The latter are high-precision guided aerial bombs with an integrated warhead equivalent to an FAB-250. Meanwhile, it is noted that in 2024, at least 165 Russian bombs accidentally fell on these territories. The Russian authorities try to conceal such incidents, and when civilians are among the victims of the bomb drops, they claim that Ukraine is to blame. Clowns. But the Ukrainians, on the other hand, are making the maximum impact. Ukrainian forces have carried out more than 160 strikes on oil refineries and other facilities deep inside Russia in recent months. SSU head Vasyl Malyuk said that this has led to a sharp decline in oil production and caused fuel shortages. Malyuk also emphasized that it is the legitimate goals of oil production and refining that are being used to fulfill the tasks of Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. This is 90% of the budget of the Russian Ministry of Defense. That is, these are dirty oil rubles that the enemy is using to kill us, he explained. Ukraine regularly strikes Russian oil refineries using long-range drones. As for September and October of this year, there are 20 facilities hit. Among them are 6 refineries, 2 oil terminals, 3 oil depots, and 9 oil pumping stations. This led to a shortage of more than 20% in the domestic market of oil products, to the idle 37% of refinery capacities, as well as to a shortage of relevant oil products in 57 regions of the Russian Federation and a ban on gasoline exports until the end of this year, the SSU head said. Such attacks are aimed at reducing Russia's fuel export revenues and complicating the logistics of fuel for military purposes. As a result of the strikes, Russia's energy infrastructure has been severely damaged, leading to temporary production shutdowns and fires. Ukrainian long-range cruise missiles, Flamingo, have been used in real operations to hit Russian targets 9 times. This is reported by Le Figaro, citing the words of President of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky. The publication notes that, according to Zelensky, Ukraine has used the Flamingo missile in real operations 9 times. Prior to that, 3 cases of use were publicly known, including combined strikes with the simultaneous participation of Neptune and Flamingo cruise missiles. For the first time, the defeat of a Russian target by new Ukrainian cruise missiles became publicly known in late August 2025. At that time, an outpost and anchorage of FSB patrol boats in the temporarily occupied Crimea near Armyansk were hit. The attack damaged 6 hovercrafts, the main building of the outpost, and killed at least 1 Russian serviceman. The new weapon became known on August 17th when Associated Press photojournalist Efrem Lukatsky posted the first pictures of the missile on his Facebook page. According to available data, the penetrating warhead of the Flamingo weighs 1,150 kilograms, while the company is working on the creation of missiles with other versions of warheads. The flight range exceeds 3,000 kilometers. The missile is protected from Russian electronic warfare systems. Its maximum speed reaches 950 kilometers per hour, and its body is made of composite materials. A swift raid by Ukraine's Artan Recon unit on Russian positions near Lyman stormed in with an armored vehicle, suppressed Russians with fire, cleared the trench with grenades, and captured those who surrendered. Ukraine's Artan Reconnaissance Unit is a highly specialized branch of military intelligence focused on deep reconnaissance and high-risk operations behind enemy lines. Operating in small, agile teams, Artan gathers critical information on Russian troop movements, artillery positions, and logistical hubs, often under heavy enemy fire. The unit combines advanced drone surveillance, electronic warfare, and human intelligence to identify targets for precision strikes. Known for its stealth, speed, and adaptability, Artan frequently conducts sabotage missions, ambushes, and coordinated assaults that disrupt Russian operations. Its work is crucial for Ukraine's counter-offensive strategies, providing commanders with real-time intelligence that maximizes the effectiveness of artillery, airstrikes, and special forces operations. An approximate estimate of the financial losses of the Russian aviation sector in 2025 due to the regular implementation of the closure of airspace plan during Ukrainian drone attacks, based solely on open Russian sources, could amount to about $1.6 to $2.4 billion. Over the first 8 months of 2025, restrictions due to Ukrainian drone attacks were introduced nearly 500 times at Russian airports, according to a summary based on RBC data as of early October. Indicative daily losses for airlines during a collapse, similar to the one on July 5th to 6th, mass closures at several key airports, could cost airlines up to about 20 billion rubles, approximately $247 million per day. This estimate was published by Kommersant and later echoed by Forbes and Mail.ru Finance. For example, at St. Petersburg's Pulkovo Airport, during the first wave of closures on July 4th to 7th, 172 flights canceled, direct losses for Pulkovo amounted to about 50 to 55 million rubles, approximately $617,600 to $679,400. Total losses over the summer are estimated at about 100 to 150 million rubles, $1.24 to $1.85 million, while airlines faced higher costs due to hotels, transfers, and passenger rebooking. In October, a series of simultaneous shutdowns occurred at 7-Eleven airports: Volgograd, Kazan, Samara, Krasnodar, Sochi, Kaluga, Yaroslavl, Nizhny Novgorod, Ulyanovsk, Izhevsk, Ufa, as confirmed by Rosaviatsia and Russian media. An average day with multiple closures, 5 to 10 airports, is proportionally less costly, roughly about 12 billion rubles, $74.1 to $148.2 million per day for airlines, an extrapolation from a major day, adjusted for the number of affected hubs and flights. Local or short-term closures, 1 to 3 airports for 2 to 4 hours, are estimated to cost airlines 1 to 3 billion rubles per day, $12.35 to $37.05 million, and airports 5 to 30 million rubles, $61,800 to $370,600, depending on traffic, extrapolated based on the Pulkovo calibration. Out of the roughly 500 incidents over 10 months, only part were major days. The estimated total losses for Russian airlines from January to October 2025, direct and quasi-direct costs, including rebooking, meals/hotels, compensations, fuel crew, and downtime, amounted to approximately 120 to 180 billion rubles, $1.48 to $2.23 billion. For airports, approximate losses, non-aero plus aero revenues, ground handling, parking, retail/food and beverage, and other services, amounted to about 8 to 15 billion rubles, $100 to $186 million. In total, for the entire sector, airlines plus airports, The estimated losses are around 130 to 195 billion rubles, 1.6 to 2.4 billion for 2025, as of early October. These figures reflect an approximate order of magnitude derived from Russian publications and scaling.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Rescues every day. We had a guy last week, it's 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.